Well, hi there, friends. It is Saturday, and this is my usual time for People's Internet Radio. But Steve, my producer, is at a funeral that he could not avoid, and so today it's just us here at Facebook, and I'm going through a time of some real fatigue. So I'm just going to speak for a little while today. I have a couple of issues. Hi, Di, and I have a couple things to talk about. One of them is the study that I'm doing that sets up the identity politics paradigm as a tool for creating divisions, divide and conquer, and set up a contest between your way of thinking and my way of thinking, regardless of which ways of thinking we happen to be occupying at the moment, in my life. And I'm getting old, all right? And I can tell that now when I get a profile shot and all this stuff shows up. All right. All right. So I've been around a long time, 76 this year. And what I've noticed about my own life is that my mindset, my worldview, my place in existence has transformed and transcended itself many times over 75 years. I'm not always in the same idea space. I haven't always identified with this family or that family or this church or that church or this ideology or that. I've been very fluid. I'm what's known as an open-minded person. And so for the claim to be made that the way you judge people is by what mindset they happen to be occupying today, that seems to me to be pretty useless. Okay, because in the world of living in time and location, what we have to deal with is behavior, its causes and its effects. And those of us who are paying a lot of attention to Jordan Peterson are re-examining over and over the causes and effects of behavior without regard to all the head tripping upstairs. Dr. Peterson's very, 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 very helpful in that regard. And so the work I'm doing, I have isolated 178 functional verbs that represent the left's insistence that the end justifies the means. And I'm taking them off the Frankfurt School and the Kalergi Plan and Cloward-Piven Plan and Saul Alinsky's Rules for Radicals, et cetera, et cetera. And I'm spreading those functions across the spreadsheet to look at how they play out in terms of effects. And it's a daunting task. Okay. But the other thing I have to deal with this week is I've been dealing with a lot of fatigue. About 20 years ago, I developed adrenal polyps known as pheochromocytoma bilateral. And when I went to the medical profession to get assistance and wisdom to deal with them, they were not interested in my case. Let's just put it that way. One doctor told me the reason I had adrenal problems was I didn't masturbate enough. Okay. Another one said if I talked about my political activities, he'd have to report me to the government. Okay. They were not interested in me as a set of biological processes. And so although I've been to several university hospitals and through all their tests, they all come out normal, even though I know for a fact I have a congenital blood disorder, it's called porphyria, and some other things going on. So I am dealing with that this week. because I'm extra tired. I hate to admit this, but all right, I noticed there was this smell. And I turn over in bed and there's a dog on the bed. And I say, get off the bed, you smell. Okay, so I wash the dog. I wash the bed. Next day, same problem. Well, eventually I realized that the smell is me. Okay. And as much as I bathe, and bathe quite often, all right, I couldn't get it to go away. And so a couple days ago, I researched a remedy and I ingested the remedy. It wasn't expensive, it wasn't unusual. And at 1 o'clock in the morning, the remedy did the job, if you know what I mean, and it went down the plumbing. And what went down the plumbing had that terrible, terrible smell with it. And so this morning when I took my bath, my skin, remember the expression squeaky clean? Yeah, I'm squeaky clean this morning. So I got rid of part of the problem, but I'm still resting from it. So I'm not going to be saying very much today, except that when the medical profession has a person on a list, and I've been on the list since I was born, that person has to learn how to deal with physical phenomena and inabilities and disabilities and problems on their own. It isn't an option to just go down to the local clinic or sign up at a doctor's office, because in this society where large numbers of people in the millions are targeted and listed by the deep state, and the deep state is itself run by radical elements that want to overtake, overturn, and dominate American Republican society. And we're a republic, okay? And they're doing it by every means and method they can come up with, right? Right. That's why I talk about means and methods, because the means and the methods are not the same as the speeches and the words. What they say in their speeches is the same as what the law-abiding, cooperative, rule-abiding conservatives say. Everybody says the same thing up on the podium. But the methods of the left are not the same as the methods of the conservative wing. And that's what I'm busy articulating right now. All right, I'm doing kind of a data analysis on it. So it'll take another week or so to do. And in the meantime, I'm going to go rest up from whatever it is that I was able to get rid of, and just take it easy. So I just wanted to thank you for showing up, and I express my regrets to Lori at People's Internet Radio, and I'm just going to take the day off. Hey, it's Sabbath anyway, right? It's Sabbath until sundown, and today it's actually quite warm. It's actually quite warm, I think. I think we're all the way up in the 60s today, which is not bad for a day in late January. All right. So I'll see you later. I'm going to go rest. Bye-bye.